Hey everyone, it's your girl Layla. Welcome back to my channel.
No matter what they try, I'll stay by your side. It's you and
Okay guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be doing a summer perfume favorite video. I haven't done one of these, I don't think ever on my channel, but I have been really into fragrances lately. I am literally in a fragrance rabbit hole right now because I just discovered Arabic fragrances. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I have been obsessed with Arabic fragrances lately, and I foresee myself just being in this perfume rabbit hole for a very long time. I have always loved perfume. Perfume has always been one of my passions, especially back when I used to work at Superstore, because I used to work around perfumes all the time and I would always get compliments on my perfume. Customers would always ask me what I'm wearing, and I think I sold a lot of perfumes for them, okay? Like, I didn't even really work in that department, but I think I sold a lot of perfumes back when I worked there because of how many people asked me for recommendations and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my favorite summer fragrances today. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead, click that subscribe button below. And if you're into this type of perfume content, definitely subscribe because I'm gonna have a whole lot more on my channel. I just hauled a ton of Arabic fragrances and I'm gonna do individual reviews on each one, so stay tuned for that. So before we get into the video, I kind of want to give you guys an idea of what I like personally. I am a gourmand girly through and through. I didn't used to be this way, okay? I love smelling like a snack. I love smelling like a sugar cookie, like a dessert, but that's only from the time I turned 30, okay? So back in my 20s, I was really just into fresh fragrances, florals. My favorite is still Parfums de Marly Delina. That is still my favorite scent, even though I'm fully into the gourmand world now. That is still one of my favorite scents of all time. So that kind of gives you guys an idea of, you know, what may or may not be on this list. So we're gonna get started with Angel, and this isn't the regular Angel, this is a flanker, and this is the Eau Croisière. But this came out back in 2020. It came out back in 2019 and then re-released in 2020, and I think that there is some differences, but I got the 2020 version. So this is a predominantly fig fragrance. If you're not a fan of the real Angel, I'm like 50-50. I feel like most people love or hate that scent. I'm kind of in the middle. Angel was actually my first perfume when I was like 13 years old. And that is such a grown up fragrance. I feel like that's something you wear in your late 20s, 30s, 40s even. It's such a classic fragrance. It came out, I think, back in 1991 or 1992. It is a patchouli bomb and it has a lot of notes in there, but that was my first perfume ever. And I had a mixed bag, a mixed reaction of what people thought about it. I had people that thought it smelled like nail polish remover. I had people that actually liked it. At the same time, it brings back a core memory for me, but at the same time, it's not my favorite perfume ever, and I haven't worn it in years. But this one, I would say, like, it has similar DNA to Angel. There is still that patchouli note in here, but the fig takes over. This is my perfect summer scent. This right here, this is a beast mode fragrance. This is a beast mode fragrance. It will last me all day long. It will last me my whole work shift. I can still smell it on me. It's definitely not a skin scent. This projects pretty moderately as well. I feel like I'm in a fig praline patchouli cloud all day long when I wear this, and I know that might sound a little weird, but the note of fig, if you like that kind of note, it's like more of like a juicy fruity note added to the patchouli. Patchouli can sometimes smell a little bit medicinal, a little bit dirty, but I love patchouli in fragrances. usually like deep fragrances and stuff like that, but this one, oh my gosh, it's blended so well. This is seriously one of my top favorites in this video. It's actually surprising. Also, the bottle is absolutely stunning. It is like the regular Angel bottle, but it has this ombre effect to it, but it's like teal, blue, and pink. It is so pretty, and I'm not gonna lie, I hunted this down specifically for the bottle, but I fell in love with the juice. Once the weather heats up more, I tend to wear this a lot more. I feel like this is one of those fragrances that really perform well in hot weather, and that's so hard to find. Like, I feel like it gets stronger when it's hotter outside. So if you're looking for a good long-lasting beast mode summer fragrance, this is for you. I'm gonna tell you the notes really quickly, even though I kind of went over what I think it smells like. So on Fragrantica, the notes of this one say it smells like fig nectar, praline, patchouli, vanilla, and magnolia. I do get a little bit of that magnolia. I get a little slight floral, but honestly the fig is the main star of the show when it comes to this one, the fig and the patchouli. I feel like the praline, vanilla, and magnolia kind of just are in the background, but they help blend all the notes together. So this is definitely a top favorite for me. Okay, so is this next one surprising? I don't know if it's surprising to you, but it made the list. Okay, so it's this one right here. This is by Lattafa. This is an Arabic fragrance. It's called Yara 2 or Tus. I still don't know how to say it. I think it's Yara 2, and it is the one in the yellowy orange packaging. I feel like that this looks like a mango, and that's exactly what this smells like. It smells like what the aesthetic of the bottle is. So this bottle is absolutely gorgeous. It is part of the Yara line. I think that there's 3 total maybe, but this right here, oh my gosh, I think I like this better than the regular Yara. I'm gonna say it. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people prefer the Yara in the pink packaging, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it's like the packaging. Okay, so Yara did make it in here. Yara did make it in this video, okay? But I honestly think that most people gravitate towards packaging as well, and they prefer getting this one over this one, but don't sleep on Yara 2. This one is amazing. So this is all that I took with me when I went on my little mini vacation this year. So the weather kind of sucked, and it didn't give me summer vibes at all. It was like raining the whole entire vacation, but I did bring this with me because I was hoping that I'd have really good sunny warm weather to try this in. It still performed really well regardless, and I got to really know this fragrance well. I love everything about it. I love the price point. This is around $29–30 Canadian, which is a steal when it comes to fragrances. It lasts pretty long. It lasts around the 5 to 6 hour mark. Very similar to its sister, the regular Yara. That one also lasts about the same amount of time on me. The projection is, you know, moderate, arm's length. It does create a really nice scent bubble around you, and I do get compliments when I wear this because it smells so freaking good. This one has top notes of mango. I feel like mango is a really hard note when it comes to fragrances. Usually the juicier fruity notes kind of just dissipate really quickly, but this smells like mangoes throughout the whole entire time I'm wearing it. I'll give you the notes of this one. So it's mango, coconut, passion fruit on top, middle notes of jasmine, heliotrope, orange blossom, and base notes of vanilla, cashmeran, and musk. So this does dry pretty warm on the skin. If you got anything from the notes I just told you, you do get a little bit of that powderiness from the heliotrope, but it's not as prominent in the fragrance as it is in Yara. So Yara also has that heliotrope note, but I feel like Yara is, you know, definitely more powdery than this one. If you are looking for a true fruity floral, but more fruity than floral, kind of like a juicy tropical vacation, this fragrance right here is for you. I feel like those 3 top notes just stand out so well in this fragrance. The mango, the passion fruit, the coconut isn't like too overpowering. I feel like I have some coconut fragrances where the coconut just stands out and is like over overpowering the whole entire fragrance. This is not the case. I feel like the mango and the passion fruit are the stars of this one. They really just project on my skin, and I absolutely adore this fragrance. So if you are looking for something for a tropical vacation, if you're maybe going to Hawaii, if you have something fun coming up and you want a really nice summer fragrance that's very crowd pleasing, definitely check this one out. So that is Yara 2. Okay, why not talk about Yara next? So this is the next fragrance I have for you. This is Yara, just the regular Yara. It's just, okay, I don't know what is in this. Something is in this fragrance that makes it honestly so addicting. Like, this is all I want to wear. I want to wear this today. But I think I told you guys this before when I hauled this, is that heliotrope note, that powdery floral, it's very dominant when I smell it from the packaging. That's kind of like almost all I smell when I smell it from the packaging, and I don't hate it. I love powdery notes. I love powdery fragrances, but if you are scared of powdery fragrances and you kind of just smell this from the packaging and you're like, oh no, that's not for me, try it on, wear it for a while, and see how it changes depending on your body chemistry. On me, that powdery note goes away pretty quick, and I'm left with this beautiful fruity floral. I have been complimented on this already. Like, literally the first day that I wore this, one of my coworkers was like, oh my god, you smell really good, what are you wearing? So this is a compliment getter. I feel like this is such a crowd pleasing perfume, and I think that this doesn't just have to be a summer fragrance. I honestly think that this could be someone's signature scent, an all year round type of scent. I don't know if I would honestly wear this in the winter time because I feel like it's not heavy enough for what I'm looking for. Like I said, I really like gourmands. I think I would classify this as a gourmand though, or like a gourmand fruity floral, but I will go into the notes on this one. So this one is orchid, heliotrope, and tangerine on top. Okay, so that makes sense. Heliotrope in here is one of the top notes, and in Yara 2 it's in the middle, so you don't smell it as much on that one, but this one you do. So the middle notes are gourmand, accord, tropical fruits. Base note is vanilla, musk, and sandalwood. So what I really get in here are the mid notes in this one shine, which is weird because the Yara 2, the top notes really shine. This one, I get the gourmand notes in the middle, and I get those tropical fruits the most, and then when it dries down I get some of that like vanilla scent, and it's addicting. And honestly, what people say about this one, they say that it smells like a strawberry milkshake or it smells like shampoo. I'm gonna have to agree with the shampoo comment. If you would have to compare this to anything, it would be a very expensive salon with really high-end shampoos, and you know how they all have that like really strong, really beautiful scent. That's what this smells like. I do get that shampoo vibe. I don't get the strawberry milkshake vibes at all. Maybe like slightly from the gourmand notes in the mid. I feel like those gourmand notes are really like berries almost, like they kind of smell like raspberries and blueberries all mashed up. So Fragrantica actually does have a photo, and it's of like a blueberry raspberry cake looking thing, and that's kind of what I get from this. Yes, that is what I get. So the photo translates really well to what I think it smells like, but I don't think that this smells like a, you know, electronic strawberry artificial milkshake scent. I don't think that is the case at all, but this is really beautiful, and like I said, it's super addicting. I'll probably wear this one today. Okay, so next up I have a celebrity, I was gonna say designer scent, but this is a celebrity scent. This is by Ariana Grande, and it's called Thank You Next, and this was my fragrance for summer 2021. So this brings back so many memories every time I smell it. As you guys can see, I made quite a dent in the bottle, but I have not used this in a while. I'm just pulling out my summer scents like actually today, so that's why I decided to film this video actually, because I'm trying to pull out most of my summer scents so I can start using them again. And usually I pick one scent and it lasts me throughout the whole entire summer, and that's all I use. But this summer I'm trying to, like, you know, use up some more of my fragrances, and I think this came out at the end of 2020. I want to say, oh my gosh. So some people say that this smells like pickles. Now don't let that scare you because I think it's just some people have that in their nose, right? I think that some people just smell pickles. It's just like some people really like cilantro, and personally I think it tastes like soap and is the most disgusting thing ever. I think it's something to do with your sense of smell and something to do with something in your olfactory regions. So I get that some people think that this smells like pickles, but to me, honestly, it does not. It smells like a gourmand. It's like a mix of a gourmand and a fruity floral all in one. And if you read the notes, actually that's pretty much how this is. So the top notes in here are raspberry pear, middle notes of coconut and pink rose, and base notes of macarons and musk. So this, oh my goodness, this really, like, it smells like a tropical vacation. I know I said that about Yara too. This also smells like a tropical vacation, but like in a different way. I think that one is more like the Caribbean, Asia, around like, you know, places that have mangoes and stuff like that, and like those tropical mango drinks. This one I feel like is more Hawaii vibes because I feel like the coconut note in here is very, it's not overpowering, but it's like most of what I smell in this fragrance. I get the coconut, I get the raspberry, and then I get the macarons. So, and a little bit of the peony just kind of like swirled in there. I picture one of those like pink drinks, those like pink alcoholic drinks. You guys know what I'm talking about. I picture one of those and just sipping that on the beach, and you're surrounded by like coconut trees and maybe like some flower bushes. But yeah, this fragrance is absolutely beautiful. I get that it's not going to be for everyone. I feel like this is one of the more younger scents in this selection of fragrances today. I feel like this is the most like younger, kind of free, kind of girl in your 20s type scent, but I still absolutely love this and I will continue to wear it. But yeah, that is Thank You Next. Okay, so you know how I was just talking about how I would go summers wearing the same fragrance? This right here, this was my summer scent from like 2015 until like 2020. No joke. I would pull this out every summer and I would wear this every summer, and now that I'm smelling it again, I'm like, oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. It's one of those really addicting fragrances, and it is one of the, I guess, the only perfume I have in this range that has watermelon, and I feel like watermelon is a summer staple, and so this fragrance, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, so this is D&G L'Impératrice, and I already finished a bottle of this. This is a brand new bottle right here. I got this online on like perfumebuy.ca. I got it from one of those websites because at Sephora this is actually pretty expensive. I think that this retails for like $150 around there, but you can get this for around like $80 if you go to like fragrancebuy.ca or perfumeonline.ca. I like those two websites. Those are my favorite perfume buying websites. Everything is legit. They also sell testers for cheaper. So this one actually is a tester. So yeah, I pulled this out again last year and I finished the rest of my old bottle, but oh my goodness, this is a great summer fragrance. And if you're wondering how one bottle lasted me 5+ years, it's because, well, back in 2021 I fell into, you know, Thank You Next. That was my fragrance of that summer. But also our summers here in Canada are very short, so in like the 2 to 3 months that it is summer, or maybe like mostly 2 months I guess of like really nice hot weather, you know, you don't really use a whole lot. The watermelon note in here is the most prominent. I get compliments whenever I wear this all the time. This is a crowd pleasing scent. I will talk about the sillage and all that, but I want to tell you guys about the notes first. So the notes in here are kiwi, rhubarb, pink pepper on top, middle notes of watermelon, cyclamen, and jasmine, and then base notes of lemon tree, musk, and sandalwood. lemon tree. I don't know if I get the lemon tree in here, but I definitely pick up the rhubarb, pink pepper, watermelon, and cyllamin the most. Cyllamin is a flower, if you guys were wondering, and it has kind of like a almost like synthetic type note, but it's like really fresh at the same time, if that makes sense at all. Like, I know a lot of people associate that note to doll heads. I know, it's super weird, but I know a lot of people relate that scent to doll heads. I personally don't get that at all. I just think it smells a little bit on the synthetic side, but not in a bad way at all. This fragrance is very, very well done, and it is a very, very popular one at Sephora. So the sillage and all of that, I don't even think I talked about it with the Thank You Next. Both are definitely like moderate projections and both create a really nice scent bubble. And yeah, this one is definitely a crowd pleasing compliment getter. So that is Dolce & Gabbana L'Imperatrice. Okay, so I have two Margiela perfumes in here, and then we'll get into my only gourmand that I included in this video, like true gourmand for rainy days. I do have a rainy day fragrance, okay? So we're gonna get into the Margielas first. So I'm gonna be talking about Under the Lemon Tree first. So look at how cute this packaging is. I did get the mini size because the mini ones are, I wanna say that this is 30 ml. If I had to guess, I would say that this is 30 ml, but I have two minis right here. I tried all of these at Sephora, like the whole entire line, and these two, actually the other one was Coffee Break, I think it was. Those three stood out to me the most, but I did get this during like springtime. I decided to pick two because I couldn't pick between them, and I didn't want to spend like $300 on fragrances, so that's why I ended up getting the minis. And I think that they last pretty well, to be honest. Like, I've had them for over a year now, and I've used, I mean, there's a huge dent in this one, but not so much in this one, and I'm kind of rediscovering this again. I also didn't think I was really into citrus fragrances at all. I really didn't think I was until I like fell in love with this, and I noticed that a lot of fragrances that I love, one of the top notes is usually bergamot. That's even including like my gourmand fragrances and stuff like that. So I actually do like having a little bit of citrus in my fragrances, and I feel like this is the perfect daytime, day shift, maybe you're going to lunch or brunch and it's a sunny day type fragrance. And I feel like that's why I haven't used as much of this, because the weather has been crap, and I don't think that this is a fragrance that I would wear on a rainy day. I know that this line of fragrances, a lot of people wouldn't classify as beast mode, but no joke, this one and this one lasts me all day, okay? It lasts me my whole work shift. I still smell it. I'm gonna say that it's beast mode for both of these. So we're gonna talk about Under the Lemon Tree first. The top notes in here are lime, petitgrain, and cardamom. Middle notes are green tea, mate, and coriander. Base notes are white musk, cedar, and rock rose. And I really was wondering what the heck a mate was. Mate is actually tea. So there's two tea notes in here, and then you have like the citrus and stuff like that in here as well. Okay, this one just gives me like straight up what the name suggests, underneath a lemon tree. It feels kind of a little bit woodsy almost, and it kind of feels juicy at the same time. So I do really, really enjoy tea notes in the summertime as well. I like my fragrances to be super, super fresh, and I feel like tea notes mixed with citrus notes equal very, very fresh fragrances. So this one, honestly, also beast mode, like I mentioned, it creates a really nice scent bubble around you. The sillage is pretty, you know, moderate to large. I feel like it's kind of somewhere in the middle of that. It is projects pretty well. So next up in here, I have Matcha Meditation, also by Margiela. So this one has top notes of green tea, bergamot, mandarin orange, middle notes of jasmine, mate, orange blossom, and matcha tea, base notes of white chocolate, moss, and cedar. So you do get some of those like more edible notes in here. I do feel, again, similar to this one, this is like a woodsy kind of like you're walking through a Japanese Zen garden. That's kind of the vibes I get from this. You're walking through a nice Zen Japanese garden with a cup of matcha tea in your hand. That's what I get from this fragrance. Now this is my gym scent slash, you know, when I want to feel really fresh. This is a very, very, very refreshing fragrance right here. And, you know, based on those notes, you can definitely see like there's a lot of tea notes in here, a lot of citrus. Again, these are not similar by any means. Like I mentioned, this one is more of like a sunny day brunch fragrance. This is more of like a cloudy day, relaxing type day, walking through a garden, going hiking, possibly, maybe, and going to the gym type fragrance for me. So this is definitely like a more fresh scent out of all of these. And yeah, I wear this hiking sometimes. I do. I am very careful with that. I don't always wear scents hiking. I don't, because of bears. I know the risks and all of that stuff, but when I want to smell a little bit fresh, a little bit extra that day, if I'm doing like a shorter hike or something like that, or I know that I'm with a crowd of people in a safe place, I will wear this. It's a really, really nice, definitely crowd pleasing fragrance, and I do think it's beast mode because it lasts very long. And last but not least, I had to include this because this is my rainy day scent, and this right here is beast mode. It is beast mode on me. Oh my gosh, I wore this to spin class. Like I wore this to work last week because we've had rainy days, right? So I wore this last week. I went to work, did a full 8-hour shift, went to spin class at the gym after, and I kid you not, I could still smell this. When I was on the bike, I could still smell this on myself, and I was like, oh my gosh, this fragrance, I absolutely love it. And I feel like I had gone a little bit nose blind to it because I used it so much. I got this last spring, like last year, and I've used quite a bit of it. There's quite a dent in there. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but I've used roughly like that much of it, which is, you know, pretty good for a year's worth. Actually, it's more like that much. That's how much I've used of it, right? So anyways, yeah, I feel like I got a little bit nose blind to this for a while, and I was like, oh, it's not lasting as long or whatever. And I think that this honestly performs better in different types of weather, right? I think it performs really well on rainy summer days, but then also I feel like it performs well in the fall transition seasons where it's not too cold, because when it's too cold outside, when it's like -20, this does not perform well. I don't think that this lasts very long in super cold weather, but when it's like fall and summer, this lasts pretty well on the skin, and it's definitely beast mode on me personally. A lot of people say they have issues with lasting power and all of that stuff, but I'm pretty sure it depends on like the climate you live in, you know, what type of weather you have, what type of skin chemistry you have. But yeah, I will read the notes for you on the back of the bottle. It says pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, and cotton candy. But on Fragrantica, it has a whole schwack load of notes. So on Fragrantica, this one has pistachio, ice cream, bergamot, hazelnut, rum, cardamom on top. Middle notes of lily of the valley, pear, jasmine, peony, geranium, raspberry, white peach, and base notes of whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy, tonka bean, locome, sandalwood, cacao, and cedar. That is a schwack load of notes, but okay, for me, what this smells like, oh, it smells so good. This is a true pistachio fragrance through and through. This smells exactly like how it's described. It smells like pistachio ice cream to me. It does have a little bit of a fresher, like I can smell the florals in here. It's kind of like a little bit of a soapy effect, but it dries down to a true gourmand edible fragrance. But yeah, like right when you first initially spray this, I do get like powdery, soapy vibes with this one, which I don't mind. Like I said, I really like powdery notes in my fragrances, so I don't mind that at all. But when you get through that, you get a true gourmand fragrance. So I absolutely love this for rainy days and stuff like that. So that is all I have for you guys. That is all of my favorite summer fragrances. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will eventually film a perfume collection video. I just need to get like everything kind of organized into one place because I kind of have perfumes everywhere, and I kind of just need to just reorganize and have them all in one place before I film a perfume collection video. But yeah, that is all for this one. If you guys enjoyed, please go ahead, click that subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!
I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em